Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kick It With Kelly podcast. And we are here with a special Gym Bros edition today. I'm here with the most masculine person I know. It's Simon.
Wow. Quite the intro.
Yeah. Hi, Simon. How's it going?
Good. Yep, pretty good. Managed to make it up Cuba Street without bumping into someone I've slept with, so that's a win for the morning.
We're not even a minute into the podcast. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, peek behind the curtain. We're on a very strict time limit for this podcast because in about 45 minutes we have a WWE pay-per-view to watch. And we're very excited for it. What is it, Simon?
Slam.
Summer Slam. Anyway, but for those of you watching on YouTube, let's talk about our outfits. First of all, I'm wearing Simon's favourite football club. Man City. I've had this since I was 13 years old and it hurts. And Simon is wearing...
Do you want to guess again?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Aston Villa, baby.
Yeah, because I know so many of my audience members are going to know what that means. Yeah, we're both football heads. Well, I mean, I was before I moved to New Zealand, and then I kind of like zoned out of it because I wanted to get more into rugby because that seemed to be your guys' thing. And then I was just like, oh, maybe I'll try rugby. And then I just kind of fell out of sport altogether.
Have you actually been to any of the women's?
No, because I've never been free for them. And I was originally gonna get tickets for yesterday's match, but then Ben had his leaving due. And then I was going to get tickets for the quarterfinals, but they're taking place at fucking 1 p.m.
The what?
The quarterfinals.
Oh,
The last match at Wellington Stadium. It's taking place at 1 p.m.
It also
I was like,
sold out.
Yeah, on a Friday. But like, I was looking at it before they sold out, and I was like, do I just take a long lunch break? What the fuck do I do?
Take annual leave? I don't know.
I'm not taking
Call in
annual...
sick.
At work. I'm not feeling well. Then I'm just on the TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you enjoying the Women's World Cup?
I love it. It's so good. Oh my gosh, because I went to the game last night.
Yeah. Japan versus...
Norway.
Norway.
Yeah, and Japan won, which I was very happy about.
Nice.
Because I saw them earlier in the week on Monday. Mm-hmm. And that was a spectacular game. Japan versus... I can't remember now. That's really bad. It was a really good game. Oh, Spain. Spain, because I thought Spain were going to dominate, and they did possession-wise and pass rate. They had like 70% possession and like 3 times the amount of passes, but Japan just nailed them 4-0.
Wow.
And that's probably really interesting for everyone to know about.
Hey, well, this is what this podcast is educational. We learn things.
Yeah. Everyone
listens to this podcast because they learn things they don't know, and I guarantee 95% of my audience have no idea what a football is. So
it's round.
Yeah.
You kick it.
That's
sometimes you header it. Oh, wow. True.
Also, is it called? Is the action called you headering? Because I know it's a header, but do you head? Is it headering?
You header the ball.
Or is it just head the ball?
You can say that. So I don't think there's actually any rules around what you call it.
I feel like there should be rules. And now that New Zealand is eliminated, who are you rooting for to take home the crown?
Well,
Trophy, not crown.
The crown. Yeah. They should have a crown as well. Why not? Colombia, because that is my team in the sweepstake at work.
Oh.
So go Colombia.
Are they doing well?
They're doing pretty well. Well, so they were in a pool with South Korea, Morocco, and Germany. They won their first game to South Korea. I can't remember what the score was. And then Germany, who are second in the world, they actually bet them 2-1, which was like amazing. It was like they'd like equalized. It was like 1-1, and then like after the 90th minute, like in extra time, they like whacked in the head. It was like 1 minute of extra time left, and crazy, spectacular. Wow. And then they lost to Morocco, 1-0. But Germany and South Korea, I think. Or no, maybe it was Germany and Morocco drew. And so Germany's not in anymore. So it's second in the world.
It's gone.
No longer in the World Cup. Yeah.
Is Australia still in?
Yes.
Oh, good for them at least.
Yeah, we can root for the other hosts, I guess.
Yeah, well, since the remainder of the finals are going to be in in Australia, aren't they?
Yeah, so got quarterfinal. Yeah. Oh no, there's a semi-final up in Tamaki Makaurau.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough football talk.
Fair. Everyone's zoned out by now.
Yeah, honestly.
Off.
Let's talk about other shit.
Cool.
So throwing it back to you and me, we used to live together. For those who don't know, I actually just recently had Ben on the podcast, who I also lived with. Ben Vandenagel.
Oh, I didn't know you guys lived together.
Yeah, we used to live together on Manor Street.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, before my time.
Yeah, before your time. And then after that, I lived with Blue above Burger King, and then I lived on Vivian Street with Yol.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stephen and Phoebe.
Yeah, Stephen and Phoebe and various other flatmates that we had going throughout that time as well.
Revolving door.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, honestly, I can't remember how long we lived together for, but all I remember is that it was during the first lockdown of COVID.
Yeah.
So like there was a good 3 months where I just wasn't even at the flat because I had to stay at Chris's out in Island Bay.
That's right.
So how long did we live together for?
I think it was 8 or 9 months. I think it was 8 months
Right.
in the end.
And then what happened? Did I move out or did you move out first?
No, you moved out first.
Right.
And because I'd gone through a breakup and stuff, and
Yeah.
I was like, all of my feelings are associated with this flat. I don't want to live in the city anymore. I want to live out in the suburbs somewhere. So I yeeted out of there.
Oh my god.
And moved to Roseneath, which actually isn't that far from the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good time. Roseneath. Oh, many stories from that flat as well.
Yeah. The one thing I hated about the flat was getting up there. Because all the parties were there. It was a great flat.
Oh, in Roseneath.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, yeah, Vivian Street. I just hated going to the elevator.
Annoying getting people to come into the elevator though, because
Yeah.
the intercom never worked.
We didn't have one.
I thought we did. It just didn't work.
No, there is an intercom down there, but it's not connected to every room.
Well, that's just poor planning.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. So there we go. First world problems, but very intense. Mm-hmm. Dating life.
Oh God.
How's that going?
It's
You
great.
don't have to go into too many details. It's just a genuine question.
I was like, how much of that did I sign up for?
Yeah.
Dating life is going well. I'm just floating around.
Yeah.
Being a hoe.
Slay. Hoes before bros.
Exactly, yeah. No, I'm just feeling my oats. Is that what they say?
I don't think they say that anymore.
Okay.
Okay. I haven't heard anyone say that in a while.
Yeah, who's the older one here?
Probably you.
No, it's not.
I don't know. I'm wearing my uniform when I was 13 years old, clearly.
13 to 30.
Yeah, that's sad. I was thinking that. I was like, that's really sad.
Oh no.
Also the fact that I just have not grown really, other than a little bit of weight in my shoulders.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, was this the same... did I look like this when I was 13 years old?
I hope not.
Because
I don't know what to say to that. I just hope not.
It's just really confusing.
No, didn't you have the emo?
No, that was when I was 16. When I moved to New Zealand, I became slightly more emo. I think because as soon as I moved to New Zealand, I became arty. So in England, I was legitimately somewhat of a jock. I was on maybe 6 or 7 different sport teams.
Oh yeah.
And I was the best in my region for high jump and also what was it, rounders? Do you know what rounders is?
Isn't that
It's-
baby baseball?
Female baseball.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I was literally the best at it, and I loved it so much, but because it was female baseball, I wasn't allowed to compete, so what happened was I'd always play it at school, I'd be the best at it, but when it came to the actual competitions, I'd just turn to their side coach.
You didn't get in drag or anything?
No, I was, again, 13 to 14. It was a simpler time, I didn't know what drag was.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But no, literally, I was such a sports head back in England, and then I moved to New Zealand, and I literally just became arty.
I can't believe I didn't know that you played 9 sports.
Yeah, I was. I wrote them down here. Hang on. I was the captain of my swim team. I was on the football team. I was MVP. Rounders, badminton. I did various different athletics. I was also the best in my school at high jump.
Oh my god, that's impressive. I thought my list of sports was weirdly long. But...
Yeah. Nah, I was full on that's why I sometimes still want to get back into sports sometimes because I'm maybe I still have it.
We I feel on and off throughout the years have been meaning to go swimming together and we still haven't.
Well, it's just where.
There are pools. They exist.
I know. But also, I remember when I was dating Chris, he'd always be like, "Oh, I'm going for a swim." I'm like, "Okay, when?" "Oh, 5:40 a.m."
Ew.
And I'd be like,
I don't think the pools are open that early.
although I don't know who was going.
Into the sea.
Into the sea or something.
Oh, I used to see the ocean swimmers when I used to live out in like Roseneath and bus along Oriental Parade and like middle of winter, like people in there like full on. I was like, I could
No,
not.
that sounds awful. I mean, good for them. Goals, but like, no.
Oh, I don't think that's even gold, to be honest. That's just crazy.
Now, a little, again, peek behind the curtain for these podcasts. What I usually do is, that was not the right motion for that.
Put a caption out like, what is this?
Yeah, literally, peek behind the curtain is this, not this. The fuck are you opening?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Honestly, I really don't. I don't. I really want. Anyway, what I do before a podcast is I send like little podcast forms to my guests so I can learn a bit about them and know what to talk about. And one of the sections is, what are your interests? And one of the interests you listed was gym. Would you care to expand?
Classic gym bro, like, how do you spend your, what do you do when you're not working? Gym.
Yeah,
what do you
gym.
like to do? Gym. What is your life? Gym. That's not entirely true. How do I expand on gymming? I don't know. I've gymmed
you wrote it down.
I did, yeah. I've gymmed on and off for many years. I think I started like my last year of high school gymming. I was at a boxing gym. It was like my first gym, which was kind of intimidating for a first gym.
What's a boxing gym?
It's a gym where they also do boxing.
Is it like
Boxing?
No, I know that, but like, how much of the building is boxing and how much is gym?
Oh, like the downstairs had like a big boxing ring and like
Right.
all the
Yep.
punch bags, and then upstairs was like all the equipment and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
But yeah, and then so on and off for many years, and it's only kind of in the last 8 months that I've like launched back into it again since the first time since before I got top surgery. So before I got top surgery, I'm trans, by the way. I used to go to the gym all the time because I was like living in Tauranga. There was nothing to do. I used to like work like midnight shifts at the warehouse. So after that, I'd go to the gym and there was like no one there. It was great. Got real jacked. Well, not real jacked, but you know, kind of.
Sure. Yep.
Got top surgery and then was like, no, I look great now. Stop gymming. Yeah, so I've got back into it. And I've become one of those awful gym bros that's like, oh yeah, like personal record, like let's go, like gains.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that's true.
But I mean, like, are you actively posting about these records, or is it more just like in your head?
No, it's all on my phone. I've got like, I need to actually put it into a spreadsheet, like I'm this close.
Okay, well that's cool.
So like having all like the weights I do in a spreadsheet, like bench, deadlift, squats.
Yeah, that's lame, but that's
Correct response. It's like the most boring hobby to have, unless you have like friends who also gym in the same way, I guess. And then it's like,
right.
What did you lift this week? And it's like, I finally hit like 100 or whatever. And it's like,
okay,
yeah, that's cute.
I get that. One thing I can't do though is gym with other people that I know.
Well, we used to gym, like, well, I say we used to gym. We had like 3 gym sessions. Yeah, we were both at Jets.
I just don't like gymming with other people because I'm like, one, I get ugly when I'm gymming.
Oh my god, same. I only realised the other day the weird facial expressions I make.
Yeah.
And I make noises at the gym.
That's just, no. Do you have headphones in or do you, so you
So I don't know what
realise-
noises I'm making. I could be like doing squats and just like popping farts at the end of it.
Okay.
That's
Not what I
oblivious.
thought you were going to say.
Popping pussy.
Oh,
I'm
no.
so sorry, I'm not.
Anyway, what I was trying to say was that, I don't like going to the gym with other people because, like, I just like to literally just, like, I'm there to gym. I'm not there to, like, have conversations or, like, talk about shit. But I used to go to the gym with my ex-flatmate, Ben, and he would always, like, he used gymming as, like, a social activity.
Oh, he's so chatty and lovely.
He's so
I can
chatty.
see that.
He's delightful. The nicest person I've ever met. But literally, I was just like, I'd finish a set, and he'd come over, and we'd have, like, a 20-minute talk. And I'm like, why is a gym session that should have taken me, like, 45 minutes taking me almost 2 hours?
2 hours.
I'm just like, what the fuck? So, like...
But then if you, like, talk to people later, what did you do today? I went to the gym. Oh, how long were you at the gym for? Oh, 2 hours. Oh, wow, that's impressive.
Impressive. Wow. Yeah. I have this this program that I got from a WWE superstar that I paid for, and basically it's a high intensive routine for 5 days that her and her partner came up with. Her partner is a professional bodybuilder as well.
Oh yeah.
And you stuck with that it's a 6-week program, but you can continue it. I did it for 6 weeks and I felt incredible afterwards. I was like, wow.
Are you still doing it?
I need to get back into it. Because whenever, like, I swear, I don't know what's wrong with my luck with the gym. Anytime I go to the gym, something happens to me health-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it'll be like, oh, my skin's irritated, and now I literally can't touch the weights. Or I get sick.
Yeah.
Or, like, I injure myself or something. And I'm just like, but not injure myself from the gym, injure myself in some other capacity. Like, if I injure myself in the
Playing
gym...
football.
Yeah, exactly. If I injure myself in the gym, then obviously I need to look into what I'm doing. But it just wasn't that. It was like... And it just really bums me out. And then whenever I get into a routine and then that happens, it just kind of puts me off again. And
it's so annoying. Like, it's my worst fear at the moment is, like, getting COVID again or getting sick or just, like, being laid out with an injury for, like...
Yeah.
Even just a week or two, because it's just... You, like, lose the gain, like...
No, you're fine.
Lose the gains that you've made, like, lose the progress you've, like, got into in terms of what you're lifting, and, like, you lose that motivation. So, like, I love gymming, but, like, if I go a week without gymming, I'm kind of like, oh, that was kind of nice. Yeah. Just got to go home and, like, potato on the couch.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I also equally enjoy gymming. It's just sometimes, like, the getting to the gym, so...
Oh, well, yeah, because you're ages from the gym.
Yeah, but I have a car.
No.
So I just... Yeah, my routine at the moment is to, like, you know, bus home after work, eat something, potato for, like, half an hour, and then drive around to Lyle Bay. City Fitty represent. And then do a workout for, like, an hour and a half, and then toddle on home, eat my dinner, go to sleep. What a wonderful existence.
It's a good routine. I've always wanted to try being a morning gymmer.
Oh yeah, me too.
It just seems like so many issues would be solved if I could morning gym.
If I was a morning person in general,
yeah,
I'd be like Terminator or something.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be fucking unstoppable.
Yeah.
And like I'd get so much shit done during the night as well because I have all this free time. But I feel like if I gym at the night, that's basically my entire evening revolving around that one thing I had to do.
It's kind of what it's not a good routine I have by, like, bussing home, eating, like having a weird gap between, like, I should just go to the gym straight after work. Like, I could go to the one in town.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to take my bag with all my gym stuff into work and my laptop. And, it's just, I don't know. When you've got a car, it just makes you, like, so lazy. Yeah. It's really bad. Like, as a little, like, eco-warrior, I'm like, petrol.
Don't tell the Greens. Chloe Swartzberg about to bust down your ass. Well, yeah, well, I don't like about you were saying about the laptops and stuff. Does City Fitness have like lockers or just little cubby holes?
Oh yeah, they've got lockers. Oh my god, but every second locker, they've got like those little like weird twisty lockers, and every second locker they no longer like the other side of it just like hangs you like a little limp dick. Okay. You have to take your own like lock, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Well, at Jets, we don't have lockers.
What?
No, it's just a little cubby hole. So I'm really conscious whenever if I work, because if I do a workout after the gym, it's usually on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to the gym on Friday work. But then I'm with my work laptop and I'm just like, put it in a little cubby hole and I'm just like, the entire workout, I'm just turning my head just like,
is it still there? Is it still there?
Still there? And then sometimes I forget where I put it. I'm like, oh, it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I see some gym bros like walking around with their bag and they like use it to like claim machines before they like.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Which I also hate that they're because they'll do like a superset, so like one exercise onto the other. So they'll do like I don't know like biceps and then bench, or that's a weird combo, but whatever. So they'll have their bag like on the bench and they'll be like standing in front of the mirror doing their bicep curls, and like the bench is just
bag
there for. Well, I guess because they've got stuff in their bag that they don't. But then we've got lockers. So...
Yeah. Like just a towel, I guess. A towel would
That's
be more
what
reasonable.
I do. I mean, I just like throw my headphones everywhere. Like the little case.
Oh, I just leave my phone. I just put my phone on a bench and then I walk to the other side of the room and come back and I just assume it's there.
Yeah. The number of times I'm like, where's my...
Yeah.
It's like that meme from like Pulp Fiction, which I finally watched for the first time the other day. You know when like John Travolta walks into the room and he's like...
Oh, is that what that's from?
That's from Pulp Fiction. Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean.
Good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Tarantino is
I haven't watched it. No,
lit.
I haven't watched it. We could talk about the Barbie movie.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
As you, I mean, you did call me like the most masked person you know, I guess.
Yeah, so you should see the Barbie movie.
I probably should.
Yeah.
Isn't it all over
Yeah.
down?
Break down this fucking stereotypical masculinity that you're carrying around.
I hate the patriarchy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I do hate like this inherent sense of like toxic masculinity I carry.
You'll then you'll love Barbie. Literally a massive part of it.
I'm really excited to watch it. Like
yeah. Well, I was gonna give you a spoiler. I won't then.
Please don't.
But I watched Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's great.
I literally didn't know anything about what Oppenheimer was about until Barbie.
About the guy who invented the...
Yeah, because everyone just kept being like, oh, Barbie and Oppenheimer's releasing around the same weekend. And I was like, what the fuck's Oppenheimer? And
Do you like Christopher Nolan films?
I don't think I don't know. I can't tell you if I've seen one.
Inception, Dunkirk, Memento.
I've watched Dunkirk because of Harry Styles.
Well, Harry Styles isn't in this one.
Well,
Cillian Murphy is. He's great.
Who?
The guy from Peaky Blinders. Trying to think who else is in it. Florence Poe's in it. Is that how you say her surname? I always get it wrong.
Isn't it Pugh?
Pugh, yeah. Oops. Florence.
Isn't she? She's in like a Marvel movie as well.
Yeah, she was.
Black Widow's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine. Were they lesbians?
No. They were like, I think she was like protege or something.
I mean, how many fan fiction spin-offs is they're going to be of? Anyway, getting off topic.
Sure.
It's a great movie, though. I would highly recommend watching it. Oppenheimer, that is. In cinemas, purely for, like, the use of sound.
I figured that would be a big thing, yeah.
Not even, like, the use of sound and lack of sound. Without giving too much spoilers. Like, Christopher Nolan, in every film he does, is just, like, sound is, like... I don't know how to explain it. It's just really good.
Amazing. Well, you also need to be in a good cinema. We watched Barbie in Penthouse, which is out in Brooklyn. Their sound was not good.
Oh, really?
Like, literally,
That's like the one cinema in Wellington I haven't been to.
Yeah, because look, I've actually watched Barbie twice. The first time we went was a couple of days ago, and we watched it at Lighthouse Cinema. The sound was great.
The one on Cuba Street?
On Cuba Street, yeah. The sound was great. But then I watched it at Brooklyn yesterday, and I was like, it sounds like it's coming through a Yui boom. Ew. The sound, like, it was not loud. There were certain parts of the movie where it's like, if someone like left or talked a bit, I generally couldn't hear the sound.
Oh,
and I was like,
annoying.
why is it like that? So I guess definitely if I was gonna watch Oppenheimer, I'd go watch it at like Embassy or something.
Oh, Embassy or Roxy. I actually watched it at Empire because that's the one on Island Bay where I live. So just down the road. But like walked into the cinema, like not into the like theaterette yet, which is like in the reception, but you could hear like because we were late to get into the movie, those assholes. But you could like hear like the boom boom like out in like where the ticket area was.
Cool.
I was like, I wonder what movie's playing now. And then went into the cinema. We were about 10 minutes late, and so it was like the darkest part of the movie, must be at the very beginning, and we were like at the back, my mate and I, and like in the corner. So we had to like clamber over all these people, like in the dark. I was just like touching all these knees, like not on purpose. I just to find. I hope they were knees. To find where I was going.
Oh my god! I hate that. I hate those people who don't get down all the time.
I was annoyed. It wasn't me. It was my friend because he was bussing out, and he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Movie starts at 2:00." He's like, "Cool, I'll be there at 2:10." And I was like,
"What? What?"
He was like, "There'll be like adverts and stuff." I was like, "Oh, honey, not anymore."
Yeah, no. Also, I love the people who talk about Barbie and Oppenheimer playing at the same time, and people in the Barbie movie, all they hear from the other cinema is just the explosions. Because there's a lot of really quiet moments in Barbie because a lot of it's like real emotional and stuff. Yeah. So like there was a lot of like emotional scenes, and all they hear during this emotional scene is boom, boom, boom.
I haven't seen the Barbie movie, but I have been listening to Billie Eilish's song from the movie, like on repeat, because that's like my like sad boy jam. Yeah. Like, when you watch it in context, it's gonna be even more sad. I know. Like I've listened to it so much, so when I finally like see the picture with it, am I just gonna? You'll cry. Lose my sense of self. Yeah, I think so. And they do it really well. It's done really well. Okay, well, I'll have to watch it soon. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we've covered most of what I want to chat about. Oh, great. Gym.
Do you think I want to talk? Yeah, literally, we spent half of this podcast talking about the gym, and the other half talking about football.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we could talk more about how we used to flat together, but like it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long. Also, real random, but there was a brief moment where I was considered when I was thinking I was bisexual.
Oh yeah,
And I was like,
about
how
that.
cool would it be if I was actually bisexual during this podcast and we could have called it like
Talk about
two bis?
all bisexual things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was
But,
like, you
yeah.
could introduce me as like Wellington's most bisexual bicycle.
Because you get rid of them.
Oh, I'm so feral. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, I was also thinking like, God, if I was bisexual, I would be awful. Because I feel like
You'd be me.
no, I feel like bi guys have a really good reputation when it comes to especially dating women.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'd be shit at dating women. Like, I feel like I genuinely would just tarnish the name. Because I know I'm not a great date. Especially when it comes to guys.
Yeah.
I find it hard to pay attention. And I'm just not that interesting generally.
Mm-hmm.
With women, I respect them so much.
Would you just be like hanging on to every word they
Yeah,
say?
the pressure would be insane if I was on a date with a
That's
woman.
low key like actually me though. Like so we could like bring in like the dating thing again with like bisexual things. I've been like single this year, which is great. Been like, you know, dating been on various dates, all that kind of stuff.
Single in quotation marks, by the way.
I don't know.
I wasn't listening.
I use a
wasn't
lot of
looking.
hand gestures. But
anyway.
Single. So been on a lot of dates this year with a lot of wonderful people and a lot of interesting people. And like the difference between dating like women and men and like non-binary people as well is like there's so many different nuances because like when I go on dates with men, it's always like I don't even have to listen, to be honest. I can just like sit there and look pretty and know that, you know, where the night's gonna end kind of thing. Sometimes it's just no.
Yeah, fair.
And then, but with women, I think, I don't know. I'm more interested, more like actually like wanting to listen and stuff. I think because like men are so desperate and so easy, so it's so easy to get dates with men.
It's so true.
So anytime I'm on a date with a woman, I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
different.
I feel like I'd be such a simp for a woman.
I am such a simp. Yeah, it's like, this is nice. This is different.
But yeah, so like for being single, this is my longest time I've ever been single in the past 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and come November, if I'm still single, it'll officially be a year I've been single, and I'm gonna throw a party. I'm gonna throw a massive fucking party.
Should we throw a joint party? Because
Was that about the time you?
you so had a breakup literally the day before me.
Ah,
Yeah.
God.
Fun fact.
Thunder Stealer.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it's been amazing being single. I've learned so many new things about myself and just learning how to like take care of myself and like do things that I would usually require a partner to be around for, like confidence wise.
Yeah.
Like literally, like one of the big things I did this year was I went to a restaurant and ate alone. Like it sounds really dumb, but like doing that was just like such a big thing because I was like, it always gives me like mad anxiety. Also seeing a movie by myself.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is something that literally it freaks me out. But I did it, and I was like,
is it because you think like people are gonna like see you alone and like
exactly.
judge you
Like
and
I
all that
feel
kind of
like if
stuff?
I'm alone, I need to be like constantly on my phone, like I'm doing something, or I'm waiting for someone, or I'm like reading a book, or I'm working on a laptop. You know, so it's like it's not like I'm sad. I'm just here eating by myself. It's like I'm doing something.
I just want a nice meal. I want
Yeah.
to go see a nice movie. I just didn't want to do it with anyone else because
Exactly.
people are gross.
Exactly. And it's so much work sometimes to organize shit with other people that you just don't really know if they're gonna be like they're gonna follow through and shit.
Well, that's like my biggest pet peeve is like, I don't know, you organize something with someone at the very last minute. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, like I can't. Which I also understand why people like bail on the last minute or whatever.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like mental health is really important, or if something else comes up, or you know, you just get sick or whatever, you're not in the mood. But I don't know. Yeah, some sense of anxiety around like, I've got this plan like on this day. What if the person like doesn't show up? Like I'm even like, that's why I'm one of those people. Like I messaged you just before I was arriving, like, oh, I'm on the bus now.
Ah,
In case you're
nice.
suddenly like, oh, I forgot you were coming round. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, I got to knock on the door and no one's home.
Honestly, I used to be like that, but then I just got lazy. And now I just kind of expect,
What, people just to
yeah.
be there when they should
Yeah.
be there? Yeah,
And
I
if they're
mean,
not there, then it's like, whatever.
you're like, oh, cool, I'll just go have a coffee by myself then. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all got phones these days, so
Yeah,
you
that's
just
very true.
sit there and do your
People,
thing.
more than often now, send me their live locations when they're like, I'm on my way. No,
I noticed that in
just in
Auckland.
general life.
Oh, okay.
Just,
Oh,
in,
actually,
just in like messengers.
I did that last night, yeah, going to the football. Because
Yeah,
I was like
I
meant
don't
to be
know why.
meeting up with like
It's real
12
weird. People send me, and I'm just like, why did you send me that? And I'm like, cool, you're like there.
I like that
Okay.
because it gives me like a sense of like, I'm like, oh, cool, okay, so they're like that far away. I can not look like an awkward loser for like another 5 minutes.
See, what I didn't like though was that me and Johnny did it in Auckland, right?
Yeah.
Because he was walking up K Road with Liam, and I was
Yeah.
walking a few minutes behind them because I had to stop by the bank. And then he was like, "Yeah, we'll meet you at K Road. Here's our live location." I was like, "Dope, I'll see you up there." I got to K Road, and I was like, "Okay, where are they now?" Because I was like, first time using live location. I'm like, they ventured off into some side street down Queen Street, and I'm just like, "What?"
Where are
I feel like I would have been way better not knowing this.
Do you have to like walk up the hill as well? And
Yeah,
then,
I
like,
walked all the
back
way up.
down
So I was
the
just
hill?
there, like, just exploring for like half an hour until they eventually made their way up there.
Yeah.
But like, I was just like looking at that live location. I was just constantly just like,
You're like, it's like playing Pokemon Go. You just
it's just like Pokemon gay.
find the gates, gotta catch them all.
Also like Snap Maps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that I was like on Snap Maps, and then someone was like, "Oh, that's where you are," and I was like,
I hated using Snap Maps.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Because like you're involuntarily sharing your location. I mean, you obviously
Yeah.
check
You
it
can-
to say
you
you
can-
can do it, but
yeah.
like at that time it was very much just like, you know where everyone is.
"Yeah,
It's like, oh, this person's at home. Why are they not messaging me?
right, what's going on?"
Yeah.
yeah, and then you're like, "Oh, they haven't been online for like 3 hours."
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Exactly. It's creepy.
You're not a fan.
No. Anyway, single life.
That's fun.
It's
That's
like-
great. Yeah.
I love it. Trying to think. I think I've literally been on one date and almost ended up with another boyfriend, and I was really annoyed at myself.
After
You know-
one day.
Oh, it turned into more. But you want to know what the wildest thing was?
Oh, go on.
He was a bigger wrestling fan than me. And to find someone like that in
Yeah.
Wellington, and he was hot, and I was like, uh-oh.
You don't exist anymore. I'm just gonna forget this all happened.
Yeah, and like literally then after that, he literally came here a few times, and we watched wrestling for like hours.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this is so ideal. But then he went to Asia for a holiday for a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he came back, for some reason, my phone wasn't receiving text messages, so I didn't find out when he got back, and we were only texting. We didn't have any social media like connections.
Ah.
So by the time I eventually got his text, it was like kind of late, and I was like, oh hey, sorry, I didn't realize this. And then he ended up moving overseas anyway.
Oh.
So yeah, but honestly for the best, because I just knew having another boyfriend was not best for me, because I need to focus myself on moving overseas next year. I don't need something tying me down again. But like I was just like, wow, that was fucking wild.
Close call.
Yeah, real close call.
What I find as well, sometimes you're like, I don't know, go on a date or a few dates with someone, and it's like, oh, this person's really cool, this person's really nice, and I don't know, I think what I found quite a bit this year is I suddenly go like get cold feet, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready, I quite like being single, like I'm
Yeah.
not ready for a relationship, or like, oh, I like this person, I like hang out with this person, but like not quite like that much kind of
Totally.
thing. And then so I just want to be friends with that person, but it doesn't always, they're just like, no, I don't want to talk to you ever again. It's
Yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rough when they get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm like, no, I just want to be friends with everyone. I mean, I hate people, but
Yeah.
I love everyone.
That's very valid. That's very valid. Before we get into, we're nearing the end of our podcast. Before we get to the game, I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna have another boyfriend because
Actually,
forever.
I don't know why my comparison to that was like Charlie from 2.5 Men.
Oh,
I was like, that's a weird, like, this is
Yeah.
the first Bachelor. Like, anyway.
just because like literally in the past 10 years of living here in Wellington, I've had 9 boyfriends. I'm like, that's
One for every year.
almost, yeah. And it's just like, it's so tiring. I'm just like, ugh. And like every time was such an emotional roller coaster because I was like, this is the one. This is the one. Surely this is the one. You reach number 9. Surely this is the one. And I'm just like,
Breakups suck.
yeah. And like, I know I'm moving to England, and it's like it'll be a whole new dating pool. But at the same time, it's just like, can I be bothered? I just want friends. I just want a big group of friends that hang out and just look after me, and we just take care of each other.
Just like a big gay commune.
Not even gay.
Just
I
a
like
big-
the straights.
Yeah,
Straights are fun.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, straights are fun. 'Cause straights, we get to do things that aren't underground bar related.
Yeah. Ivy. Love Ivy. Some of my best friends are straights. I do have, like, controversial, but yeah. The straights are okay.
Controversial.
I'm half straight, so...
Oh god. Straight. So true. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we are nearing the end of our podcast, and with every Kick It with Kelly, I like to end it with a game.
Oh, no.
And I've been coming up with like basically individual games for each guest now, because like I used to do like just the same game for everyone. Now I'm just like, nah, fuck it. It's way more fun if I do individual games. Mm-hmm. Now, because you are an amateur WWE fan.
Oh my god, are we gonna wrestle?
No. I thought what we'd do is we get you a bit more well known with some of the wrestlers and WWE Smash or Pass.
Oh, great. I love this. Oh, yes. Everyone's beautiful, so it's going to be like smash, smash, smash.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so for those of you watching on YouTube, I'll put the image up as we're going through them, but I'm just going to show Simon them here. So first up, we have Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah. I remember him from last time.
Yeah.
He looks like someone. Oh, because he looks like Conor McGregor, the UFC fighter.
No, he sounds like it. He doesn't look like it.
Okay.
That's offensive to Finn Balor.
No, like they... Anyway. Yeah, smash.
Good. Next up, we have... Why's my phone fucking changing the brightness?
Oh, no.
Sheamus.
Oh, he looks like... he looks like that guy from American Gods. Did you watch that?
I did not know.
The leprechaun, I think he was. That sounds racist as well.
Okay, he is Irish.
The question is smash or pass.
Yeah.
I think pass.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's the way his beard is like... I don't know, it freaks me out.
Fair. You should listen to some of his other beards. They get crazy. Next up, Kelly.
Oh, smash.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's my absolute favourite. She's the one who got me into wrestling.
Really?
Literally, my brother and my dad were watching wrestling one time, and I was watching, and I just walked through the room, and then Kelly came on screen.
And you're like, am I bisexual?
No. I don't know why. It was just, because obviously I wasn't into her, but I was like, I resonated with her. I was like, she is me.
Is that where your drag name came from?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, she's the reason, she's the...
Kelly.
Yeah. But when you think of what you think I'd be named after, you wouldn't think of like someone who's literally the personification of a wrestler Barbie.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And her name in real life, her not stage name, is Barbie. Her name is Barbie Blank.
That's her real name?
Yeah, that's her real name.
Because that sounds like a stage name.
Literally. I was just like, that's why people were like, wait, so you had a literal Barbie wrestler whose name is Barbie, and you didn't call her Barbie?
Weird.
Or have any of her things revolving around Barbie?
Yeah.
They were just like, no, we'll call her Kelly for some reason.
Sure, why not?
Whatever. Next up, we have Randy Orton.
Oh my gosh, he looked like he'd hate crime me.
Yeah,
Smash.
probably. Honestly, probably.
I want pics like that.
Yeah, he has the most
Bring
amazing,
back the titties.
he has the most amazing body. Next up, we have Diva's favourite, Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yes, smash. She
Yeah.
could step on me.
Absolutely, that's what the majority of the comments say. Anywhere you go, that is what
I sound like
said.
such a sub at the moment.
Disgusting. Next up, Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah, smash. Oh my gosh, look at those pics. I'm just like, those biceps.
Yeah. You know what's wild?
What?
This photo that I'm showing you, I don't know if I'll put this photo up on the screen as well. This photo I'm showing you is from when he was like in 2005.
Oh.
He still wrestles today and look exactly the same.
Wow.
He doesn't look any different.
Doesn't age. Hasn't lost any muscle. Or...
No, doesn't have any muscle, no wrinkles. It looks exactly the same. It's insane how insane.
Gymming's good for your age longevity.
Sure.
The
Says number
sweat's
one
good
gym
for
bro.
your skin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Last up, Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, that was a smash as well.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
Last week, but
Last time, yeah, absolutely. Roman Reigns is daddy as fuck.
so daddy.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been Kicking with Kelly with Simon. Honestly, thank you for joining me.
Thanks
Finally.
for
Originally,
having
Simon was
me.
supposed to be on the first or second episode, but
Wow.
it didn't end up happening because I had tech issues, and then I just...
Oh yeah, I think you're waiting for your mic.
Yeah, I was waiting for my mic, and then I had to postpone shit, and just things didn't line up. But yeah, here we are. So if you ever want to know what me and Simon talk about,
Gym stuff, football.
this is what it is.
Wrestling.
We didn't even talk about drag.
No,
I'm so
I
happy.
used to be a... Nah, never
Nah,
mind.
nah, too late.
No one needs
Not
to
enough
know
time.
about that.
Anyway,
Cut it.
Yeah, cut it. Anyway, thanks so much for joining. New episodes of Kicking with Kelly come out every Friday. You can now watch these on YouTube as well as wherever you listen to your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Thanks so much for joining us. Talk to you all next time. Bye.
Bye.